Alright, back with my favorite deck at the moment, Esper Pixie. I've got an RCQ coming up on Sunday, so I've got to get in this Pixie practice. Of course, Esper Pixie, for those new to it, all about bouncing your stuff. You've got Nurturing Pixie, you've got Fear of Isolation, you've got Town Ain't Big Enough. All these return your cards to your hand, which let you return and re-trigger Hopeless Nightmare, Stormchaser's Talent, Grim Bauble, Momentum Breaker, Nowhere to Run, even Overlord of the Balemurk. So many cool things to replay over and over. When you're doing that, you're triggering your Optimistic Salvages, which is sick. And you just kind of run your opponent over a lot of the time. Very aggressive leaning deck. Of course, the deck has some nice new additions from the most recent set. We are continuing to try out Spell Pierce, try out Momentum Breaker, and try out Grim Bauble, which has been very, very sweet against the aggressive decks. And then we are also trying out this Overlord of the Balemurk card, which is kind of a new-ish addition to the Pixie decks. It's been feeling quite good to me in the slower matchups, so I'm going to keep getting in reps, keep learning this deck, and prepping for my RCQ in the process. Oh, this sounds beautiful. Got the turn 1 talent, got some interaction or an Overlord, depending on what you want to do, and then we got a fast Kaito. Watching the Roots deck in action? Yeah, we played a Roots deck recently on stream earlier this week. I might play a different build at some point soon as well. The Roots decks have been feeling good. Been feeling very powerful with the new additions. Oh, Fear of Isolation is perfect. We really didn't want to bounce this auto with Kaito if we could help it. Getting the Fear of Isolation down means we now get to bounce Fear instead and get another use out of its trigger. Reuse it twice. Oh, they're duressing my Kaito. That's rude. But also fine. We have a lot going on here. Like, now we get to go Overlord plus Talent, which is pretty nice. Oh, and Overlord can get back the Kaito. Or find a Pixie. Or we can get Kaito or Fear. Kaito seems like such a hassle for them, honestly. I'm just going to get that. You know, they duressed Kaito for a reason, so we might as well get Kaito back. Yeah, Moltend is really sweet. I definitely agree that it's hard to know how to build the root stack. There's a lot of options for how you build it. But regardless of how you build it, I think it's pretty powerful. Let's hope we don't get Baloft. Would be very sad, of course. Main deck Baloft. They do not have it. Get in with the team. If they block, we get to Nowhere to Run. If they don't block, we get to Kaito. Alright, let's just go for a Nowhere to Run. This is pretty nice. It means we don't get down Kaito this turn, but it means we're pushing 5 damage. And we've killed my opponent's creature. And next time we can just cast Kaito for 4 mana, if we want. Alright, so against Golgari, I really like taking out Hopeless Nightmares because they like to bring in Obstinate Baloff. We really love our Destroy Evils and our Anoints to deal with their 4 toughness 3-drops. Vacuum and Control are bad. Crypt is pretty good. Bauble's good on the draw, could kill Elf, and pretty bad on the play. We will have like 1 to 2 copies of it. And then Gix's command is like fine too, I think. How am I not qualified for the Pro Tour? I fell off the Pro Tour a year ago and just, I don't know, getting back on the Pro Tour is hard. It doesn't matter how good you are, like it's always going to be tricky to get back. That's kind of just how it be. I'm trying my best. We'll see, we'll see. I think on the draw I like trimming Kaito's. Kaito is incredible on the play. On the draw, sometimes he's a bit harder to protect. But on the play, we won't have these Grim Baubles in our deck, so we'll have more space for Kaitos. It sounds pretty good to me. I don't know how I feel about this Gix's command. It's like fine. It's completely fine and unexciting. Maybe not play it. Let's try this. Interesting. This doesn't have the white source for Scavenger, which is sad. It's a pretty good hand outside of that. Right? We get to answer my opponent's threats quite well. Am I grinding RCQs? I am. I'm going to be playing an RCQ on Sunday, actually. I played my first RCQ of the season like a week ago. And I got the semi-finals. I picked up my first loss in the semi-finals, which, you know, is not a good time to pick it up. And then this one on Sunday is going to be my second one of the season. All right, that's a Preacher, which is pretty spooky. But I can Anoint it and get down a Scavenger. Drawing both baubles when my opponent doesn't draw elf is a little bit awkward. Or maybe I was meant to double bauble and save my Anoint. I don't know. That might have been better. I guess it's pretty similar, but now these don't necessarily answer Sentinel. Is the problem, of course. Yeah, I'm fortunate that I've been able to borrow about 2/3 of Esper Pixie off of one of my friends. Damn it. Punish is real. If they get the counter here, I'm going to look so silly for that misplay. God damn. That's so brutal. That's so brutal, y'all. Just completely ruined for the misplay. Anyway, let's put a counter on this Otter. See what we find off the Overlord. We get back a Scavenger. Not the most impressive right now. Alright, they swing at the Sentinel. We take 4. Go to 16. You play a Dread Knight. Sure. Alright, we get to play our Kaito at least. What am I doing with the Kaito? Just tapping down the Sentinel? Then they get to kill my Otter and attack Kaito, which is awkward. Yeah, it's so easy for them to answer Kaito then. I don't know. This game's like definitely gotten away from us a little bit. We've drawn like all 3 of the kind of situational cards. And they all 3 have lined up poorly because of how my opponent's draw looks. Also, the misplay cost me a lot, of course. If I hadn't misplayed the Anoint, we'd be doing fine. Is the reality of things. Alright, we will try to block and then it will get cut down. We will lose the Kaito, and I guess that's something we're going to have to deal with. There's a Preacher, so we're going to go... Nurturing Pixie is interesting. We're definitely double warbling this Preacher, right? And the question is, what are we picking up with the Pixie? I kind of just want to pick up the Talent. We'll have 2 +1 counters, 2 damage potentially. I could pick up the Overlord. Feels a tiny bit slow at the moment though. This is quite good. Do I want to just attack for max, or do I want to grow this Pixie? Attacking for 4 is pretty reasonable, right? Get in there. Okay, they play out the cottage. There's the elf. Overlord is not super far away, but still a little bit longer. Right, I guess we're taking 3. I don't really want them to be able to draw off this Dread Knight because it's possible they're flooding at the moment. Oh my god. Yep. 6/6 trample. Sure. Pretty good. Do I want to get back Anoint? Or is that too slow? Do I just have the talent? Kind of want to get back Anoint. Oh, or Destroy Evil. Also works. They're gonna start swinging for a lot next turn. Spooky. Yeah, I guess blocking Dread Knight would have worked out a lot better for us last turn. The Bree Beetle was very much a punish. This card is so much better than Shouldered. It's kind of wild. Pretty nice one. Alright, another Dread Knight gets to crew the Beetle. They can still activate the cottage with the elf, although they're choosing not to do that. Better than Shoulder, definitely. Yeah, I think it's like kind of just not close, right? This seems astronomically better to me. There's no reason not to just triple block. 8 Siege Rhinos, the dream. Yeah, Shoulder's better on an empty board, but getting the immediate life gain is really nice. I guess it depends on the kind of deck you're playing. In a deck like Golgari, Debris Beetle's definitely better. Because Golgari tends to have something in play, right? Dead the second Debris Tool, it sure do be like that. Yeah, the bounce effects make the Beetle better. I'm inclined to agree. Also, hi Sam, good to see you. Alright. This is very much slipping away from me. Maybe if they can't answer this 5/5, I can like block the non-beetle things, okay? Somewhat wishful thinking. They do know about the Destroy Evil, so there's a decent chance they just won't activate the beetle in the first place. Of course, the Sentinel could become a 5/6, and then it gets to attack into a 5/5. Beta Beetle still gets killed by Momentum Breaker. The problem is that implies everything else has died to Momentum Breaker. Hi, Jason. Alright, we can probably just pack this one in. I don't know. Let's go to game 3. Alright, we're on the play, so we can take out these Grim Baubles and bring in these Kaitos. Oh, the Bree Beetle also better against Kaito of note. Maybe we'll bring in the 4th Scavenger on the play. Especially with Kaitos in our deck. You did, Arch. Although we made a really big misplay on turn 2. That kind of had ripple effects, so who knows how things would have gone. I think I'd probably lose anyway, but definitely the misplay did cost us quite a bit. We sunk a lot of tempo as a result. Alright, just attack and fear. Seems great. Opponent does not seem to be doing very much, which you'd love to see. Fan corrected, opponent seems to be losing to Kaito. Which you also love to see. Oh my god, these are both so good. Am I allowed to just keep these? I don't know. 4th land is real nice, but like... I feel like if we keep both of these, we can kind of just cope without 4th land for quite a while. Maybe I could get rid of Fear. Maybe it's fine to get rid of Fear, but I think just keep is nice. I think I keep this first because of Duress, I guess. Not that it really matters. Yeah, you think just keep as well? Nice, yeah. Feels like we have decent odds of finding a land if we untap with Kaito as well anyway, right? Alright, we get to answer this Glisser. Common Glisser Sunslayer L. Easiest game of our lives. Glisser in this economy, indeed. Some people just really like it when their creatures are unable to run. I don't want to go to 6. I don't know. This is a pretty mopey 2 spell. Oh, this is the 75 mirror. Oh my god, we're against Gwen. Good luck, Gwen. What's my favorite card that has never been banned? Has Wasteland been banned? What about Days? Those are up there. Oh my god, this hand stinks so badly. Oh yeah, Nexus of Fate is like very high up on the list of favorite cards. Favorite current standard card? That one might take a minute. I do love Builder's Talent. Builder's Talent is definitely a contender. If nothing else. I think I have to discard the bad cards and just hope Gwen's hand is really mid. And that I can get these 2-for-1s online, but might be wishful thinking. Alright, I guess the question is there any card I like more than Builder's Talent in Standard? Okay, I guess I can draw specifically Overlord and be in this game, so I want to keep playing up my lands. In that case. And Fear is probably slightly better with like random top decks. Okay. Sure. I mean, that does something, right? Now we get Gwen's hat. Like, conceivably, we're like somewhat even now, if this works out. With -1 land, and we don't have the nowhere to runs in play, but this could make it anyone's game. You're surprised Scavenger is good? Yeah, it's a bit weird. I have considered whether you're meant to like trim Scavenger or move away from it. Like, fundamentally, the way Esper is built at the moment is as an aggressive deck on the basis that if you don't build yourself as an aggressive deck, Hopeless Nightmare is just a lot weaker. A lot of the strength of Hopeless Nightmare is the fact that it attacks on 2 different axes, and when the burn axis isn't live, the card is just, you know, fundamentally not as good. But so like Scavenger helping benefit those aggressive draws and change stat lines to help you punch through can be pretty meaningful, but just doesn't seem like you need Scavenger to pressure. Indeed. This is something I do wonder sometimes. Yeah, Pixie is busted. So like even if you didn't want Scavenger, you'd still kind of want to be Esper, almost. Am I scrying? Guess so. I guess this doesn't even do anything anymore. We just want to find Overlord. Be in this game. Ooh. Game 2. On that note, we're now boarding out our scavengers in the mirror and boarding in our pest controls. So, you know. I'm not sure exactly how we're meant to be boarding. Kaito might be like reasonable in the play. Spell Pierce is definitely good. Destroy Evils in some number are good, I believe. You have registered 4 copies of the card Nurturing Pixie for the Pro Tour. Yeah, I do wonder sometimes about Scavenger. I am tempted to like try and move away from it. I'm not sure what you would put in its place. But one random thing that is certainly true is that Scavenger doesn't seem to let Kaito come in very often. It's very blockable in a lot of games. Oh, Shoot the Sheriff is like pretty stinky, right? Other cards in the blue-black deck, yeah. That checks out. Maybe Floopy is like more reasonable than I give it credit for. I think I'm going to have 2 Kaitos on the play, and then on the draw I'm going to have all 3 Destroyables. And see how that feels. The revelation that Nurturing Pixie is in fact not a sheriff. Indeed, indeed. Noted, not sheriff. God, mulliganing in the mirror is so rough. This hand is not like terribly good though. Given no blue mana and also no actual 2-for-1s. I kind of want to mulligan this. Alright, this is definitely way, way better. Get rid of land, mayhaps. Okay, so probably get rid of island. So normally I'm of the belief that I much prefer bouncing talent with fear in the early game in a general sense. But in this matchup, I think bouncing Nightmare might just be kind of more appealing to me. I don't know how much the life totals really matter with the way we've boarded. There's a Scavenger. Interesting. Okay, there's the Overlord. That's the good card. Our Lemons with the raid. Welcome to everyone joining us from Lemon's stream. Good to have you all here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, get in with the Kaito. I worry that if I Surveil, Kaito might just die. Maybe I'm just meant to stun instead this turn. That's like not terribly exciting though. But then Kaito can probably draw a card next turn. Yeah, Sanctum has 21 people this PT. It's completely wild. Gonna be a lot of interesting stuff going on there. All right, there's a Pixie. So the Scavenger gets to grow the Pixie. This is actually a legit thing in the mirror. I think Scavenger's like generally not very exciting in the mirror, but growing the Flyers out of nowhere to run range can be really obnoxious. Okay. Get in and draw a card, I suppose. Neither of these answer this Pixie. Also, neither of them are like terribly exciting cards. Regardless, I think. Oh, there's 8 distinct decks. That's wild. Alright, that was the Spell Pierce. My Kaito is gonna die, unfortunately. Oh, thanks, Lemons. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying Magic. Game's great. Oh, Spell Pierce given away, but you know. Maybe I was meant to Spell Pierce that for tempo. I don't know. I'm kind of losing the long game. Kind of just need to slow Gwen down, right? I was probably meant to Spell Pierce there. Yeah, I think I've just like completely 100% lost to the Scavenger after like moaning about Scavenger. So who knows what to think or how to feel in regards to that. Need to draw a Pest Control to be in it, and even then I'm probably still dead. Alright, fire off second Pierce. Get rid of this Otter. The awkward post double Pierce land, of course. I do get to Nightmare the Sphere. But also I am dying. Pretty good card. I wish I had a bounce effect to guarantee recur this. I really need to hit the sphere this turn, I feel. So I guess I just impend this and hope to hit a Pixie if I'm really lucky, so I can develop a ward. I'm kind of low on hits at the moment after boarding out Scavenger, which is slightly awkward. We mill a Pest Control. We did not. We also didn't mill Town. So our Stormchasers is like pretty dead at getting things back currently. If both the flyers attack, we do get to put in a Kaito for 3 mana and bounce the sphere to rebuy our hope. Hopeless. Okay. Interesting. Balemurk is coming down next turn. Technically, Nowhere to Run would let my fear attack, but it would just end up trading. But yes, I'm just gonna do this. And then stun a flyer or surveil 2. I can stun the Pixie maybe. Kaito is just going to immediately die, of note. I have been considering stock up. Maybe stock up's fine. Dig through time is like not bad in your synergy deck. Like you have to invest mana to do it, but then the cards you find are so hyper efficient. Like if you ever find a Pixie off of it, that kind of makes up for like the tempo loss, right? Balemurk goes back. Yeah, this Scavenger was really impressive this game. Kaito was pretty embarrassing. So I can technically kill this Balemurk, I guess, but all the pixies are being returned for the rest of the game because of the other Balemurk. I think we can probably just move on. Tricky. Your favorite might be Town Ain't Big Enough. I enjoy a lot of the things you do with Town Ain't Big Enough. I don't know that it's my favorite. Spell Pierce? Oh my god, I would lose the game on the spot if they Spell Pierced me. My hand just went from like pretty good to awful. You reckon Fountain Port's a solid answer? It is a pretty delightful card. It should be noted that a decent portion of the reason why I like Fountain Support so much is having Sunken Citadel on standard. But it does help things. Oh my god, this game would be so easy if we didn't get Spell Pierced. And instead I just cannot ever win. Like, what do I do? Do I have to bounce Preacher for a turn? That feels atrocious. I guess I just have to chill and hope to draw a bounceable. I think it's like pretty irresponsible to cast these cards as like actual garbage. Maybe I could just like go Pixie Fear and just have a 2/3 flyer to stem some bleeding. Spell Pierce so good, yeah. We did just witness why Spell Pierce is so good in the mirror. Obviously, we're not playing a pseudo mirror here. Our opponent's just on like, you know, normal, old school blue black, but I guess I cast a 3/4 flyer and feel pretty sad about it. Alright, we're stemming a little bleeding at least. See, they're getting a lot of cards, but I don't think we're ever allowed to double block. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, that's something. But getting our critters down. Oh my god, opponent, please. It doesn't have to be like this. Aww. GG's, Gwen. Hope you're enjoying the deck. Do I just go for the second Nightmare? They have a kill spell, I'm gonna look so silly. Emptying out their hand then means I can like bounce Preacher and Hopeless Nightmare it potentially, if I'm very lucky. It also means I can maybe just block Preacher. Alright, make this a 3/3. Your final card, it's a Shouldered. Oh my god, that worked out great. Okay. Somehow we're in this game. Paid off for holding my bounce effects, I guess. They left on top. Did they find a kill spell? Potentially. Alright. They trade. And they say go. Terrifying. I do want to Hopeless Nightmare them, but also they're literally getting priority. I should probably just chill on this Hopeless Nightmare realistically. Maybe I should start... Oh no, I shouldn't start attacking them. Then they get to draw off Dream Thieves. I kind of want to chill like a tiny bit longer before I do that. I think. Soon though. That's good. Oh, I didn't make a 4/5. I'm so silly. I should have thought of Curiosity and made a 4/5. That was really bad. That was so bad. Just actually horrendous. Well then. I can bounce it. I can. I was hoping to bounce it and Nightmare it, but I guess that's just not happening. Choosing to not block seems like a little crazy to me. Alright, they have a land. Annoying. So if I Nightmare, they get to just cast the Curiosity. Maybe that's fine though. I get to make this a 4/5. I can block pretty good. Oh, they did lose life. I could just Surveil. What if they draw Go for the Throat? Like pretty annoying, but they have to attack with everything if they want to answer Kaito. But these seem great. They're saying go. Wow, so good for me. Okay, let's go Pixie. Bounce Nightmare, cast Nightmare. If they go to cast a thing to not have to discard, we get to bounce. Maybe bounce the Curiosity. It seems pretty unlikely that we get to do that, but regardless, this is quite good, I imagine. Let me see. I guess I just let this happen. Oh, now I can trigger on the stack. Trigger on the stack. Bounce Curiosity Nightmare. I could also bounce a non-flash card. True, that's exactly Dream Thief. Doesn't sound like it accomplishes that much, but it seems good to me. They can play Curiosity. Yeah. I guess it just doesn't work out at all. So I can do this. I want a free Pixie. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I'm meant to be trying to like kill them here. Like, they're gonna have free blockers. And we're gonna have 4 attackers. And they have to block quite a few of our things. I guess I just make 3 attackers and leave the scavengers a 1/1. And they then have to block 2 things, and they get to keep at most 1 creature that can attack next turn. Them not drawing on Pixie there, on the Fairy Mastermind, that's kind of crazy to me. Very surprising. I guess they want to draw off this Dream Thief and not give me a card, but... This game's been pretty sick. I'm amazed we have ground our way back into it. Quite as convincingly as we have. Optimistic Scavenger. You know, we criticize this card sometimes, but then sometimes you have some massive creatures for very little mana investment in games where you really need to catch back up, I guess. Alright, we win. Love to see it. Game 2. Anoint comes in. Unplayable Demir, maybe. Hey there, everyone. Good to see you. They call it Unplayable Demir. Kaito was quite good that game. But we are on the draw. I feel like it's hard to keep in this card on the draw. In this matchup. Pierce is kind of awkward because it doesn't counter their Kaitos, or a lot of their stuff, really. Do we need some Destroy Evils? They've shown us Shouldered and Preacher. And it's like not great against Curiosity, but it kind of has text there as well. Probably bring in Destroy Evil. I want the Bauble. It is a very efficient answer. Doesn't sound incredible to me. Maybe it's fine. Try something like this, I guess. Game 2. Wow, opponent just didn't want to play. They're fed up of Pixie. Honestly, valid. Honestly, valid. Maybe they're just upset they lost that game. I guess I keep this and hope my opponent is playing creatures. Hey, what do you know? They're playing creatures. In standard? More likely than you think. Alright, do I want to Nightmare first and then Bauble? Or do I want to get down this Pixie and threaten to Kaito next turn? Running to Kaito is pretty nice, potentially. It's kind of hard to make Kaito have that much text in this matchup, so getting to bounce a Pixie and have the Pixie become another Bauble later and get a Kaito down, potentially pretty interesting to me. There's the challenger. Wait, what? They're offering up the trade of the challenger? Oh, I guess they know I have a Bauble. This is kind of crazy. Interesting. I think I know blocks because I'm really interested in bouncing this Pixie with Kaito. But maybe that's bad. Wow, instant punish. Anyway. Get in there. Bounce this Pixie. Force my opponent to have another haster to kill Kaito. Or burst lightning. But leyline builds tend to have less of that sort of stuff. There's the manifold. They draw a card. Oh no, they're doing it on the manifold mouse for some reason. So. Okay. So if I go to Bauble this, they're going to play a trick. But then I can Pixie Bauble again. So it's like fine. Pretty acceptable. Oh, or it just dies? Crazy. Okay. Let's get in there, draw a card. There's another Pixie. You love to see it. I guess we're just gonna go... I could just start nightmaring them instead. It's pretty nice to hold open town big enough though. And get this leyline out of play if I want, or bounce their attacker, and either of those are quite appealing. Maybe I was meant to nightmare and hold open town. Maybe that was better. Oh, they're just playing a second leyline. So now we just get to get everything, right? I guess they'd get to keep 2 leylines, but they're losing... I guess we're a colored mana away from getting everything. Interesting. See if we can find an untapped land off Kaito. And if we can't, it's probably fine. This is probably fine enough to keep. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Right, let's go Hopeless Nightmare. Bauble this challenger. Hold open town. Yep. Nice. Winning game 1 against Leyline is very nice. Kaito was an all-star there, but I think that will not be the common experience. Unfortunately. Something like this. Could trim a Scavenger. Have another Destroyable for Leyline, or like post-board Innkeeper's Talents. Did we see green mana? I actually can't remember. I should have paid closer attention. I think we did. I think we did see green mana. I'm never sure if Pierce is good against these leyline builds or not. We did see green mana. Okay, that makes Destroy Evil seem pretty reasonable. In smallish quantities. Game 2. This is 0 removal spells and a lot of lands. This is 0 removal spells, but I don't want to go to 5 particularly, and maybe I can block their stuff. Slightly wishful thinking, of course. Yike. Oh, you see? See opponent. Opponent did not want to go to 5 either. That's interesting. It's the classic for that deck, indeed, indeed. No, why? Bad news. Bad news has arrived. I mean, we're kind of threatening lethal almost. We're not like super far off. But also we're probably gonna die. Yeah, they've given double strike. Incredible. Let's see how this goes for our hero, I suppose. Surely they won't have a monstrous rage. That went like genuinely staggeringly well. I'm kind of amazed. That was fantastic, yeah. 10 out of 10 would block with my 2/2 flyer again. We can still die next turn, unfortunately. But presently we're alive. Why not give trample? Probably because they just can't. I guess they just don't have a trample trick. That is the answer there. Oh, they could have given trample to the mouse instead of double strike? Yeah, right. You're correct. That would probably have worked out slightly better for them, wouldn't it? Uh-oh. Alright, this one's a bit more of a problem. They're also dying, though, on the backswing if they don't kill me. Do they kill me? I guess they don't. Wow. Classic. Oh, wait, they can sack it for 4. No, they have Xaxes. Oh my god. I was about to say classic Leyline of Resonance, and then we lost. I guess I'm not allowed to say that anymore. Apparently. Game free. Spell good here. It could be. I just don't know how you fit it. I know all our other cards seem good. Maybe the Scavenger's not good, but we do need to kill them in a timely manner, so it's a little tricky. Alright, definitely keeping this. We can bounce a Leyline. We have 2 removal spells. I assume I would not be unhappy to have Spell Pierce in my deck. It's just not clear it's better than anything else. And Spell Pierce only like half works if there's a Leyline in play, which is somewhat awkward as well. What am I doing? But if it was the main phase of removal spell to get in there, that's probably bad. I'm probably just meant to say go. I have enough removal where playing into a hexproof trick isn't the end of the world. And this way they can't play an attack with Emberheart. Right, they're playing out a Manifold, so now we can just kill the Manifold. We can do it with Anoint because we have this Scavenger in hand. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I think Demare and Esper are both good decks. I don't know. I have a good opinion of both, although I do prefer Esper. Just because it's Nurturing Pixie is just completely bananas. As magic cards go. What am I doing here? I kind of just want to use up the Bauble and attack. Uses my mana a bit weirdly. Then we just get to hold open our instants. Good. I'll Bauble keep Tatabi. Yeah, I'm not really too scared of them like doing some explosive pump spell turn here. Feels like that's quite hard for them to do from this position. If I do this, I get to attack for 4, which is pretty nice. They also get to like potentially pump this, and then feels like we can kind of just chill here. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's too passive. Oh, so we don't block, they get to target a thing. That's fine. They go for it, we just like kind of ruin them. This turns off hexproof. I guess I want to grow the otter. If I grow this, it's harder for them to like randomly ping with a scamp. But if I grow the otter, it means that if the scavenger dies later, I've gotten value out of it. I guess I could just bounce 2 things. Get this nowhere to run in my hand. It feels like pretty unnecessary. Feels somewhat hard for me to ever lose this game now if I'm patient. Lamau. Resolves. Ooh. Pretty fun card. How do we feel about Fear of Isolation, bounce a land, play land, return to Tabi? I then have a Fear as a blocker against like a haste creature. And I get my Tatabi back in hand. They replay the Baloth, I just don't care. I just get to bounce this talent every turn, almost. Or draw Destroy Evil in a very fortunate manner. Yeah, you return lands all the time. It's something I need to start doing more often. I think I get a bit too greedy and don't do it as often as I should. I should probably just keep open though, nowhere to run. We're like so far ahead now. There's just no reason to take risks. And then is it safe to bounce these on end step? Do I want to? I lose the town. We have them on a 2-turn clock. I just don't need to do anything. I can just sit behind my interaction. Right? Not take risks. Like if the game was closer, I'd cast proactively, but nice. Let's go. 3-1 with Esper Pixie, only losing the mirror today. Spell 2 of the wall was not an option. Yeah, maybe I could have. Locking up a land there would have been pretty nice. Or another kill spell. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. It's been great having so many viewers here today. Stream's been doing well recently. Thank you also for all the new subs today. And all the new follows, all the company in chat, all that good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. I stream standard on Arena every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in this time slot. If you've enjoyed the stream, make sure to give it a follow to know when I go live. I have a YouTube channel, links in chat. My editor does a great job of uploading my VODs there. Lots.